Welcome to the online lecture series on 8051 microcontroller. In this video lecture, we shall start with the timers of 8051 microcontroller. Timers are one of the most essential peripherals almost all microcontrollers have. The basic version of 8051 has got two independent timers. When I say independent, you can run both the timers independently. Okay, so we shall see more about the timers. Now, previously we have seen that we generated the delays using the instructions. So we call it as generating delays using software instructions. Okay, but generating delays using software instructions is not that much accurate. Okay, and it's not the preferred method also. When I take up the interrupts, I will tell you the reason then. Okay, because in that method the processor gets involved and the processor cannot do any other job. Okay, so the practical way of generating delays is to use timers using the interrupts. Okay, so one reason is that we go for timers. Okay, and timers provide more accurate and precise delays compared to the software delays. Okay, uh, in case of 8051 the timers are used for three purposes. Okay, the first purpose is basically we have, as I said, we have two timers, namely T0 and T1. Now they have three purposes. First purpose is to generate accurate time delays. Okay, this we have already done using software delays, but now we will see how to generate delays using timers. So this is in the syllabus. You will be studying about this. Then the second application of timers is as a counter for external events. This is not in the syllabus, okay, but I will tell you what is the application. Basically, there are two pins dedicated for timers. Okay, so if there is, so if you want to count any external event, for example, an application may be, let us assume that there is a conveyor belt, okay, in some industry, and the products are passing, and you want to count how many products are passing in that conveyor belt. Okay, how many products are passing per hour in that conveyor belt. So what you can do is you will build a logic that whenever a product passes you will generate a high pulse. Okay, so that high pulse you can connect to this external timer pin. So whenever you get a high pulse, so the microcontroller detects this high pulse and you can increment the counter. So when timers are used as counters, okay, they are basically used to count the external events. Okay, one of the very powerful application of timers. Okay, for further studying, you can refer to 8051 microcontroller by Muhammad Ali Mazidi. Okay, it's good that if you study this part also. The third application is we have a serial port. Okay, serial port is used for serial communication. Okay, transmitting the data and receiving the data serially. So the speed of transmission and reception, it is defined by baud rate. and baud rate is calculated based upon the timer, the configuration of the timer. Okay, so in 8051, timers is also used to generate the required baud rate for the serial port. So these are the three purposes for which we use the timers. Okay, so in the syllabus, first we will see how timers can be used to generate the delays. Then when we consider the serial port, we will see how timer is used to generate the baud rate. Now, what is the clock source for timers? Okay, I have already discussed this. You have a crystal connected that is divided by 12, and whatever the clock you get, that is the clock source for the timer. Okay, that is the minimum count. Okay, for example, if the crystal frequency is 11.0592 megahertz, then the source clock for the timer is 921.6 kilohertz. Therefore, one count will be equal to 1.085 microsecond. Okay, you can call this as one machine cycle, one count, or one period. Okay, so this is the minimum time a processor requires to execute any of the instruction. Okay, as I have said earlier, for us what second means, okay, for calculation of time, for a processor, one count means the base on which the other calculations are calculated. That's why the clock should be very accurate. Okay, if there are any distortions in the clock, then all the calculations will go wrong. Okay, that's why when you connect the crystal, okay, when you choose the crystal, it should be of high accuracy. Okay, and it should have a very long lifetime, and when it is connected on the board, it is placed very closely to the microcontroller. Okay, and it is also placed away from high frequency component. Okay, because if crystal frequency changes, clock frequency also changes, and if clock frequency changes, your count value also changes. Okay, that's why while designing the hardware also, you should be very careful while placing the crystal. In case of 8051, the most common used crystal is 11.0592 megahertz. Okay, in most of the timer calculation, we will be using the same crystal frequency, which gives a count of 1.085 microseconds. Okay, thank you.